Many believe that a profound change in one's life requires the passage of many seasons, perhaps even years. This perspective, however, overlooks a simple truth. Transformation does not depend on time, but on a single, clear intention. It is a choice made in a quiet moment, a decision to release old patterns, to find stillness amidst the noise, and to cease negotiating with the habits that hold you back. 1 week of dedicated practice, of mindful living, of walking a deliberate path, can reveal a version of yourself you may have forgotten. This is not a journey of becoming someone new. It is a process of gently peeling away the layers that are not you. The layers of hesitation, of distraction, of living without awareness. The capacity for this change already resides within you. What is often missing is a gentle urgency, a clarity of heart, and a steadfast commitment. Let us walk together for these next moments, exploring a 7-day path to rediscover your true nature, to become so aligned with yourself that the person you were before feels like a distant shore. This is not about theory, it is about practice. It is not about fleeting motivation, but about cultivating an inner blueprint that changes how you greet each and every day. If you have felt adrift, consider this your anchor. If you have felt weary, consider this your wellspring. And if you are ready to embody the person you were always meant to be, this is a beautiful moment to begin. Let us explore this path together. Number 1, greet the first hour of your day with intention. If you wish to invite profound change into your life, begin with how you enter the first hour of each new day. This hour is a sacred space. It is more than the start of your morning. It is the source from which your day's river flows. Many of us awaken and immediately reach for our devices, clouding the clear water of our minds with the thoughts and energies of the world. Before taking a single mindful breath, we hand over our inner peace. This is a primary reason so many feel swept away by the currents of life. Your first hour must belong to you, not to your duties, not to the world's noise, but to you. When you awaken, you stand at the gateway of a new beginning. How you treat this gateway communicates to your mind, your body, and your spirit if this day is a gift to be honored. So, give it reverence, rise with gentle purpose, hydrate your body, move, even if it is just a simple stretch to greet the sun, breathe with awareness, perhaps write down one thing you are grateful for, bringing a quiet light into your day. Do not stumble into your morning, walk into it with presence. Cultivate a ritual that centers you, that nourishes you, that brings your mind to a place of focused calm. Once you tend to this first hour with care, you will find that the rest of the day flows from a place of peace rather than you chasing after it. This one shift in awareness can change how the world feels to you. You will carry yourself with more grace and move through life with a quiet sense of purpose. You become someone who walks their path, not someone who is simply pushed along by it. Guard your mornings with gentle discipline, for in honoring the first hour, you set a peaceful and powerful tone for the entire day. Number 2, release one draining habit starting today. To truly transform, you do not need to mend your entire life in 1 week. That is not the nature of deep change. Transformation does not begin by adding more, but by gently removing what no longer serves you. Just one thing, that is all. One habit you know in your heart is draining your energy. One pattern that does not belong in the garden you wish to cultivate. Ancient wisdom teaches us that our inner landscape is shaped more by what we cease to do than by what we begin. Each time you allow a draining habit to remain, you are watering a weed that chokes out the healthier plants. That old pattern has served its purpose. It has brought you to this very moment of awareness. But the person you are cultivating within cannot carry the same burdens forward. Whether it is aimless scrolling, the voice of self-doubt, nourishing your body poorly, or finding reasons to avoid stillness, choose one. Choose the one that you know weighs most heavily on your spirit and decide to release it. You do not need a surge of motivation for this. You need a quiet, firm decision that this pattern is no longer part of your journey. In that moment, everything shifts. It is not about a perfect, unbroken record. It is about disrupting the pattern. If you can disrupt one draining cycle today, you create the fertile ground for a more aligned self to emerge tomorrow. It is like gently removing a single large weed from your garden. Once it is gone, everything else begins to grow with more light, more space, and more vitality. Do not overcomplicate this. You do not need a long list of things to change. You simply need to identify the one pattern that whispers, "It doesn't matter," and realize this is the very pattern keeping your spirit from growing. Release it. In its place, invite something that nourishes. If you tend to reach for your phone upon waking, replace it with a moment of silent breathing. If you find yourself dwelling on negativity, replace it with a thought of gratitude. When you mindfully remove just one draining habit, your energy shifts. Your sense of self-respect grows. You demonstrate to yourself that you are guided by your intentions, not by your impulses. That is a profound kind of strength. That is how you begin to embody a new self. Not because others see a change, but because you feel it from within. You meet your own gaze in the mirror and realize, "I am not bound by that anymore." You are cultivating something new, and it begins with a simple choice to let go. Make that quiet choice today, for your future self is watching with gentle encouragement. Number 3, move your body with awareness and presence. A clear mind and a neglected body are like two friends walking separate paths. They cannot support one another for long. The way you carry your body communicates to the world how you feel, but far more importantly, it informs your own inner state. If you move through your day with heavy, disconnected steps, your mind begins to adopt that same heaviness. Your inner world mirrors your outer posture. Your thoughts echo the rhythm of your movements. Now, consider this from a space of deep awareness. When was the last time you moved with life force, with clear intention, with a strength in your posture that said, "I am fully present in this moment"? This does not mean you must become an elite athlete. What is needed is movement guided by intention. Every day this week, move your body as if it is a sacred temple, because it is. This practice is about inhabiting your physical form with reverence. It is about allowing stagnant energy to flow and be released, inviting a new vitality. Go for a mindful walk in nature. Stretch your limbs with focused attention. Breathe deeply into every movement. You are not just exercising your muscles, you are cleansing your energy. You are gently awakening the quiet strength that resides within. The sense of inner fortitude you seek begins in the temple of your body. Do not tell yourself, "The time will come tomorrow." No, the time is always now. Move when you feel weary. Move when you feel uninspired. Move without needing perfect conditions. Just move. Because conscious movement creates a flow of energy. The more your energy flows, the more alive you feel. The more alive you feel, the more your inner confidence naturally grows. And this quiet confidence is magnetic. It changes how you perceive the world. It changes how you enter a space. It changes the way you express yourself and walk your path in life. To rediscover your true nature, stop moving like the person you have been. That pattern of being may have been slow, hesitant, and small. This new chapter is different. This version of you carries yourself with quiet certainty, stands tall, and breathes as though each breath is a gift, because it is. So let this be your practice for the week. Move each day. Move with awareness. Move like the person you are allowing to emerge, not the person of yesterday. Your future self, your mind, and the world will all feel this shift. Because when your body begins to move with presence and grace, your entire reality begins to harmonize with it. Number 4, quiet the outer noise to hear the inner wisdom. If you seek clarity, confidence, and focus, you must begin by protecting the sanctuary of your mind. What you allow to enter shapes what flows out. You cannot fill your inner space with endless distraction and expect to find peace. You cannot absorb negativity all day and expect to walk with a light heart. Your mind is the center of your awareness, and the quality of your thoughts is directly connected to the quality of what you consume. Most people are living in a storm of noise, scrolling through endless streams of information, consuming content that offers only distraction, and listening to voices that create doubt. It is no surprise so many feel adrift and overwhelmed. Your environment is not only physical, it is also digital and emotional. If you do not gently guide what enters, it will take over your inner world. So this week, quiet the noise. Unfollow the sources that drain your spirit. Mute the voices that cause you to question yourself. Step away from the endless cycle of fear and gossip in the news. Perhaps not forever, but just for this 1 week. 1 week of outer silence, so you may finally hear the whisper of your own wisdom again. Replace this noise with nourishing input. Listen to talks that build your spirit. Engage with content that inspires gentle action. Read something that helps you see with more clarity. Surround yourself with ideas that invite you to grow, not ideas that keep you comfortable in old patterns. This does not require perfection, only gentle intention. Every time you choose a more nourishing input, you strengthen the foundation of the person you are becoming. And consider also the people you allow into your energetic space. Are their words lifting you? Or are they adding weight to your journey? Are they reminding you of your own inner strength? Or are they echoing your doubts? It is not selfish to protect your energy. It is a profound act of self-respect. You do not owe anyone your attention, especially if their energy is not aligned with your path of growth. This is your week to recalibrate, to quiet the world and tune into your own being. Once you cleanse the inputs, you will notice something beautiful. Your thoughts become clearer, your path becomes more defined, and your own values become your guide. The outer chaos of the world begins to lose its power over you. If you wish to become more aligned with your true self, then you must nourish your mind like someone who is walking a sacred path. Let the distractions fall away. Nourish the vision you hold within. Your mind is too precious to be filled with clutter. Guard it gently, for your inner peace depends on it. Number 5, walk your path with a clear map. You do not simply wander into a state of deep alignment. You walk there with intention. You cannot expect to feel transformed by the week's end if each day is a journey without a map, beginning in uncertainty and ending in distraction. Those who walk a clear path do not guess their way forward. They prepare. They hold their intentions clearly in their mind. They live by direction, not by the shifting winds of the moment. Consider this simple yet profound wisdom. Every moment spent in quiet planning brings hours of peace and focused energy in return. Some believe planning is rigid and restricts the flow of life, but the truth is, a gentle plan gives you freedom. Without a map, your energy disperses, your focus wanders, and your choices become reactive. Before you know it, the day has passed, and your most important intentions remain untouched. Begin to plan as if your future peace depends on it, because it does. Each evening, before you rest, quietly map out the day to come. Do not let your intentions float in your mind. Give them form on paper or a screen. Make them visible, make them real. Know what time you will rise. Know your 1 or 2 most important gentle commitments for the day. Know when you will address the more challenging parts of your path, not if you might get to them. And when you awaken, review your map like a monk reviewing a sacred text before morning meditation. Do not wait for a certain mood to arrive. Do not hope the day will simply go your way. Gently take the rudder in your own hands. A clear map gives you a quiet confidence. It frees your mind from the constant burden of making small decisions. It helps you say no to distractions with grace, because you have already said yes to your true priorities. When life invites you to stray from your path, you will know, for your direction is already set. And herein lies the beauty of this practice. Once you begin to live by a map, a gentle momentum builds. You may find you accomplish more with focused calm in one day than you used to in a week of scattered activity. You are no longer reacting, you are creating. You are not just surviving the day, you are cultivating something meaningful from it. That is the sign of someone becoming deeply aligned with themselves. Not because they are forcing things, but because they are moving with clarity. Do not mistake business for progress. Movement without clear intention is just noise. But a plan, that is your compass. That is how you rise above the currents of daily life. That is how you take your journey off autopilot and place it back into your conscious hands. So, cease hoping that things will just fall into place. Begin designing your days with quiet intention. Be the kind of person who lives from a place of purpose, not impulse. When you plan with care, you move with grace, you act with clarity, and the person you were just 1 week ago will be a distant memory to the centered person you are becoming. Number 6, intentionally embrace challenges. If you wish to grow quickly, if you wish to feel profoundly different in just 1 week, then let this be your new practice. Embrace challenges with intention, not by chance, not when life requires it of you. Choose them because you are ready. The people who grow the most are those who stop avoiding discomfort and begin to see it as a teacher. Many people spend their lives seeking ease. They look for the smoothest path, the most comfortable space, the escape from friction. But ancient wisdom teaches us this: every time you avoid a challenge, you miss an opportunity for growth. Every time you seek only safety, your spirit's strength gently diminishes. Growth is not born from ease. It is born from challenge, from pressure, from resistance. That is how the spirit is strengthened. So this week, lean into gentle discomfort. Rise a little earlier than your mind wishes. Share your truth when it feels vulnerable. Move your body when it wants to be still. Begin the project you have been avoiding. Hold gentle boundaries. Face the feeling of fear and breathe into it. Whatever feels challenging, let that be your sacred assignment. Do not wait for life to present the lesson. Go to meet it. Here is the truth. Comfort will keep you where you are. But discomfort is the doorway to who you are becoming. When you train yourself to walk through challenging doorways, you become mentally and spiritually resilient. You develop an inner fortitude. You gain a profound self-respect. And that is the deepest source of fuel. If you are sincere about this transformation, the challenge need not be enormous. Start small. Choose one challenging act today and see it through with gentle focus. Regardless of how you feel, the power is not in the size of the task. It is in the quiet act of honoring your own commitment. The moment you breathe through resistance, something within you shifts. You are no longer guided by fleeting feelings. You are guided by your deeper intention. And here is the beautiful outcome. Once you become accustomed to embracing challenges, ease no longer feels like the goal. You will begin to seek growth. You will start to welcome opportunities for challenge because you will see how capable you truly are. The challenges become your training ground, and soon, what once seemed daunting becomes your new normal. This is how you become more deeply aligned. Not because life becomes easier, but because you become stronger and more present. Others may notice a change, but they will not see the quiet inner work you practiced each day. They will not know about the discomfort you met with breath or the resistance you gently dissolved. But you will know. You will feel it in your presence, in your posture, in your choices. So, if there is one practice you carry with you from this week, let it be this one. Never turn away from the path of growth, even when it feels steep. Walk it, honor it, learn from it. Because the person you are meant to be is waiting for you, just beyond the threshold of your comfort. Number 7, speak as if your growth is already happening. Words are profoundly powerful. They are not merely sounds, they are invitations to your own spirit. Every time you speak, you are either nourishing strength or doubt, belief or hesitation, growth or old patterns. This is why, if you wish to feel transformed in 1 week, you must begin to speak like the person you are becoming, not the person you have been. Consider how you speak about your intentions. Do you say, "I hope I can"? Or do you say, "I am in the process of"? Do you say, "I'm trying"? Or, "I am doing"? There is a vast difference between someone who says, "I'll try to change," and someone who says, "I am becoming more mindful each day." One is conditional and leaves space for failure. The other is a statement of gentle but firm reality. From this moment forward, may your language shift. Stop speaking in maybes. Stop diluting your deepest intentions with soft language. Start using words that are in harmony with your unfolding path. Speak as if your actions matter, as if your habits are improving, as if your growth is natural and certain. When your words change, your mind listens. When your mind shifts, your actions follow. This is not about pretending to be something you're not. It is about speaking from the truth of your highest potential. If you have a pattern of being lazy, you can say, that version of me is in the past. If you have failed before, you can say, that was a lesson, not an ending. If you have been doubting, you can say, I have decided to cultivate belief again. Speak life into the direction you are walking, not stagnation into your journey. This is not false positivity. It is focused intention. You are speaking to your own spirit, and your spirit is always listening. When you say, I can't, it recoils. But when you say, I am learning, or I will, it rises. So, speak as if your journey is already successful. Not because everything is perfect, but because your inner posture is shifting, and that shift is more important than any outer outcome. Be mindful of your inner dialogue. Do not joke about your flaws as if they are permanent. Speak with clarity, with belief, with gentle strength, and extend this same way of speaking to others. Speak words of encouragement into their lives. Speak words that see their potential. The energy you offer through your words is the same energy you invite back into your life. Your voice gains weight, not because of its volume, but because it comes from a place of conviction. And when you believe, your actions change. You walk with a different presence. You show up with a different energy. Others can feel it. And that is what makes the transformation so profound. It is not just in what you do, but in how you speak. So this week, every time you catch yourself using language of doubt, gently flip it. Replace it. Rewire it. Speak as if the future version of you is already present. Because the more you speak from that place, the faster you embody the kind of person who walks that path with grace. Number 8, present yourself with intention. Let us understand this clearly. How you present yourself externally does not define your inherent worth, but it absolutely influences your inner state. The way you show up in your physical form sets a tone for how you act, how others perceive you, and how seriously you honor yourself. This does not require expensive clothes or anything of the sort, but it does require intention. It requires you to dress like someone who is walking a meaningful path, someone who is cultivating their spirit and stepping into a more aligned way of living. Consider this: when you are dressed in a way that feels clean, respectful, and put together, you carry yourself differently. You speak with more clarity. You move with more purpose. Why? Because you are sending a signal to yourself that this day is meaningful. You are communicating to your mind. We are not adrift, we are present and purposeful. That subtle shift in energy carries over into everything you do. This is about honoring your own process. If you are on a journey of profound change, then your outer presentation should reflect the inner transformation. When you simply remain in the clothes you slept in, your body receives a message of passivity. But when you awaken and dress with intention, even if you see no one, you are reinforcing a different message. We are showing up with reverence today. Do not make the mistake of believing appearance is shallow. It is not about impressing the world. It is about cultivating discipline, self-respect, and inner harmony. When you take gentle care of your appearance, even in the smallest ways, clean shoes, cared for hair, neat clothes, you elevate your personal standard. And when your inner standard rises, your outer reality follows. You are cultivating a new identity this week, and every element of that identity should be intentional, from how you move to how you speak, and yes, how you present yourself. Think of your clothes as a monk's robes, not to shield you from the world, but to remind you of your commitment to your path within it. When you look in the mirror and see a focused, composed, and present version of yourself, you begin to act like that person. You make choices from that centered energy. That is how change deepens and accelerates. You do not need a new wardrobe. You simply need to care for what you already have. Before you step into the world, stand before the mirror and ask, does this version of me reflect someone who is walking a path of growth? If the answer is no, make a small adjustment. Not for vanity, but for your vision. Because the person you are becoming deserves to be honored, even if it is only by you. So, look the part of a dedicated practitioner. Carry yourself as if your future is unfolding in this very moment, because it is. And when others see you, let them feel a quiet sense of purpose in your presence. When your presence speaks before you utter a word, you are not just changing. You are becoming unforgettable, unshakable, and profoundly real. Number 9, cultivate a 7-day practice of gentle discipline. Discipline is the bridge between the person you are now and the person you are capable of becoming. If you wish for a profound shift in just 1 week, you do not need magic. You need momentum. And momentum is born from one thing: gentle self-discipline. The ability to do what is necessary for your growth, even when your mind prefers comfort. Especially when your mind prefers comfort. Many see discipline as a form of punishment. It is not. It is a profound gift of self-love. It is the highest form of self-respect. When you honor the promises you make to yourself, when you say you will do something, and then you gently follow through, you begin to trust yourself on a deep level. And that inner trust becomes a source of quiet power. That is where true confidence resides. Not in comfort, not in praise, but in quiet, steady consistency. So, here is your practice. Cultivate a 7-day path of gentle discipline. 7 days where you show up for yourself without exception. 7 days of doing what you intended to do. Rise when you intended to rise. Follow your morning ritual. Nourish your body well. Move with intention. Avoid the draining habits. Complete your important tasks. Keep the promises you made to your own heart. And when your mind offers reasons to stray, you calmly remain on the path. It is not about being perfect. It is about honoring the pattern of your intention. 1 day becomes 2. 2 become 4. Before long, you are weaving a tapestry of small successes, and each thread rewires your mind. It begins to whisper, "This is who I am now. I am someone who follows through." This is how true change takes root, not through grand statements, but through simple, disciplined actions practiced daily. This 7-day practice is not for anyone else to see. It is for you. It is your inner commitment, your own proof that you are sincere about this journey. Here is a profound truth. No one can believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And nothing builds this inner belief like discipline. Discipline is quiet, but its effects are powerful. Others may not see the early mornings, the temptations you lovingly declined, or the quiet commitments you honored, but they will see the calm, the strength, the shift in your very energy. And the most beautiful part is that you do not have to wait to feel inspired. Discipline is not dependent on your feelings. It only depends on your quiet decision. Once you commit to this 7-day practice, you stop the inner negotiation. You do not ask, "Do I feel like it?" You simply say, "This is the path I am on now." That is a shift in your identity, and a shift in identity is the very foundation of transformation. So, begin the practice. Notice each day you honor it. Feel the quiet strength building within you. By the end of the week, you will look back and realize you are no longer the same person. You are not the one who made excuses or ran from discomfort. You are becoming someone different, someone stronger, someone the past version of you would not even recognize. That is what this week is about. That is what makes it real. 7 days, full commitment, no compromise. Just watch what unfolds. Number 10, create a sacred closing ritual for your day. How you end your day is as deeply important as how you begin it. Many people treat their evenings as a slow drift into unconsciousness. They scroll until their minds are cluttered. They consume things that do not nourish them. And they fall asleep with a sense of chaos. They then wonder why the next day begins in a fog. If you wish to feel transformed in this 1 week, you must close each day like someone who reveres their path. This means cultivating a sacred, non-negotiable night ritual. This is not about being robotic. It is about being profoundly intentional. Your evening ritual is the bridge between who you were today and who you are choosing to be tomorrow. It is the quiet ceremony where you honor your progress. It is where you absorb the day's lessons and prepare your mind and spirit for a peaceful rest. Begin by powering down the world's noise. Turn off the screens. Give your mind the gift of silence. Give yourself the space to breathe and settle. Then, conduct a short, gentle review. Ask yourself, where did I act in alignment today? What can I learn for tomorrow? What am I grateful for in this moment? This 5-minute reflection is small, but it recalibrates your entire being. Now, set the conditions for a beautiful next day. Lay out your clothes. Prepare your simple to-do list. Write down your primary intention. Do not wait for morning to seek clarity. Decide now while your mind is quiet. This way, when the sun rises, you are not reacting, you are flowing. Next, do something that signals peace to your being. Perhaps it is reading a few pages from a book of wisdom. Perhaps it is writing in a journal. Perhaps it is simply sitting in silence and breathing with awareness. Whatever it is, let it be a clear signal to your mind. We are now entering a state of rest with strength and peace, not chaos. And here is what makes this so powerful. You treat it as a sacred practice. Even when you are tired, even when you are tempted to collapse, you honor the ritual. Why? Because this is who you are now. You are not just someone wishing for growth. You are someone living it, day by day and night by night. This is what separates those who dream from those who embody. One lives by intention, the other by impulse. This nightly ritual becomes your anchor. No matter how the day unfolded, you close it with dignity and purpose. And when you sleep, you rest with a deep peace, knowing you have honored the day completely. That feeling builds a profound sense of self-respect, and self-respect is the fuel for unwavering consistency. So from this night forward, no more careless endings. You finish with strength, you reset, you recommit, and you will rise the next day with a fire already quietly glowing within. When you master your nights, your mornings take care of themselves, your momentum grows, and day by day, the transformation you have begun becomes a permanent, peaceful, and powerful part of who you are. It becomes you. You do not need a new year to change your life. You do not need more time or more motivation. What you need is a quiet decision. 1 week, 7 days, lived with clarity, gentle discipline, and purpose. That is all it takes to begin this journey of becoming unrecognizable. First to yourself, and then to the world. When you rise with intention, quiet the distractions, release old habits, and move and speak from a place of belief, something profound shifts. You begin to loosen the grip of the person you have been, and you start to step into the presence of who you were always meant to be. Not a version of success defined by the world, but your own authentic version. The one that was buried beneath layers of delay, doubt, and noise. This past week, we have explored a path to greet your mornings with reverence, to release one draining habit, to move your body with awareness, to guard the sanctuary of your mind, to walk your days with a clear map, to embrace challenges as teachers, to speak as if you are already growing, to present yourself with intention, to build a practice of discipline, and to end each day with peace. That is a blueprint for inner transformation. That is how you shift from feeling lost to feeling centered, from ordinary to extraordinary in your own quiet way. And here is the secret. This week is only the beginning. If you can walk this path for 7 days, you can walk it for 14. If you can walk it for 14, you can carry it forward for a month. And after a month, you are no longer just changing. You have already changed. The world will begin to reflect this back to you. People may treat you differently. Opportunities may appear, not through luck, but because of the centered energy you now carry. You have trained your mind, your body, your habits, and your spirit to resonate at a higher frequency. But the true reward is internal. It is the peace that comes from knowing you have honored your promises to yourself. The quiet pride that builds when you witness your own growth. The simple joy of becoming someone you deeply respect. You owe no one an explanation for your journey. Let your actions be your voice. Let your quiet discipline do the talking. Let your very presence announce your growth before your words ever need to. So what is next? You continue to walk. You repeat the process. You deepen the practices that serve you. You stay humble, stay present, and never settle for the person you used to be, because you have proven something powerful to yourself. Change is not a myth. It is not an idea for someday. It is real. It is possible. And it begins in just 1 week. You made the choice to begin. Now, make the choice to continue. Because the version of you the world has seen so far, that was just the prelude. The true story is just beginning. And it all started with 7 powerful days.